Soul Garden.
Hey there, have you seen my latest video, Jupiter Gets Emotional? Come check it out at soulmart.me. Namaste, and welcome to Soul Horoscopes Orbits Edition. From my webcam to yours, I'm Christopher Witecki, your astrologer and soul biographer, here to help you put the pieces of your karmic story together. And please forgive my absence the last 4 weeks. I have been facing my own karmic story, which has been repeating and repeating for the last year. So thank you to all those who sent good support, love, and your prayers. I really appreciate it. I got all the notes, everything. Thank you very much. So let's talk about what's going on. Have you had ascension sickness? That's what we call it when you have to grow super fast. When the spirit grows faster than the body, we get sick. Let's look at Mr. Orbits Man. Now, I don't know if you know this, but the planets all align with the chakras. And this map here shows you how each planet aligns with each chakra. Well, the chakra that's been giving us a sick stomach literally has been the third chakra, which is our yellow chakra. That's because thoughts and feelings come together there. Now, for the last year, Jupiter was in Gemini, expanding thoughts and throwing off the two in their balance. Now, Jupiter's in Cancer, having emotions expand and perhaps throwing them away from thoughts. So, put simply, if you're having ascension sickness, having problems eating, which may lead to problems sleeping, really what you need to do is align your thoughts with your feelings, get those two on the same side. Now, the sun is moving into Leo, which means we're working on the heart chakra, that beautiful green one there, and that means we'll be working on it for the next 2 months. You may not know this, but Chiron also rules the heart chakra along with the sun. So, healing, loving, being in the moment, that's what it's about. But let's look at the planets and what caused all this shift, shall we? Here's a sneak peek. Womp womp! That's right. That's Monday, if you don't know. And there's so much going on, I have to layer it piece by piece. It really begins with a soul pyramid. We got a soul pyramid in Earth starting off the week. That's going to allow us to change reality, rapid fire, and fast. On top of that, a soul pyramid in water, a grand trine aligning our emotions so we get used to the way it feels right away as well. A yod pointing to the sun pulls in our intuition and our ability to kill things into love. That's basically a creation yod right there. You can't put it any simpler than that. Then we've got an opposition, a little tug-of-war between Saturn and the Moon, 2 more oppositions, and a square. That's the one between Uranus and Pluto. We've been feeling that one for a long time. Another square between Uranus and Black Lilith. Oh, that's fun. One more square between the Sun and the Moon, so feelings and our love isn't talking to each other. And one more squares. I love is not talking to boundaries. So all these parts of us are talking to us with the trines. All these parts of us are in fights with each other or ourselves. And that's what I'm going to talk about. When we get up in the ascension elevator and get up to the clouds, I'm going to talk about what this means for each of the 12 zodiacs in your rising signs and how it turns into happiness or not happiness for you. Look at that spirograph. It's so pretty. All right, let's not wait any further. Let's take the ascension elevator and take a better look at you.
Folks, this is your captain speaking. We realize you have a choice in the astrologers you choose to fly with, and we'd just like to thank you for flying with Christopher Witecki.
Hello, my producers, and welcome to 33,000 feet. Let's get a bird's eye view of you. This is also for the Taurus risings, if you don't know. Both stories are in coordination. It has been intense since I've been off the air. Jupiter in Gemini, wrapping up a soul capital expansion that lasted from 2012 to 2013. Jupiter has now moved into Cancer, which for Tauruses means a 1-year expansion of the I think state of awareness. It's time to expand the Taurus's minds. And from what I've already experienced myself, it means to think outside of the normal worrying and also thoughts that trigger emotions that you don't like. Cancer rules Taurus's thoughts processes. That means that Tauruses are kind of emotional thinkers. And most of Taurus's thoughts are aimed at feeling better, if you haven't noticed. This is true with Taurus risings. This is also why perhaps I have a very talented tongue at not using the wrong word. Well, I used to use the wrong word, but my thoughts and my words are always thinking about how it's going to make you feel as a viewer. That's me as a Taurus. But the thing is how important are our feelings versus other people's? That's one of the big questions. And secondly, are we paying attention to our feelings in our thoughts? That's the big Jupiter transit, and that was the turbulence that frankly knocked me on my butt and put me back in the hospital again. However, I believe we bulls are determined, right, Taurus and Taurus rising? And that means we're going to get through it no matter what happens. So the sun is in Leo. What does that mean? It means that we are shifting our focus now to the core of our emotions, the castle. Tauruses and Taurus risings are king or queen of the castle. Leo, I love, must be the home. They must have a loving home. So you're working on your emotions. That's your feelings and your patterns. This will go back to childhood. You're going to root up some childhood issues. It's time to clear them out. You'll do some reflection in chapter 2, and we'll head for passion in chapter 3. But right now, this week, we're focused on how you feel. Most importantly, how do you respond to your own feelings? That's the real question. So with the planets, the sun is in Leo, and this week we go from step 5 to step 11. That means you're going to figure out where your thoughts corrupt your feelings, and by the end of Sunday, you'll be stepping into some healing energy. Now, Mercury, Mars, Jupiter, and Black Lilith are hanging out in your house of intellect. So the way you think is still detrimental to the way you feel, and you're still learning how to step forward in that new thinking process. Jupiter is from step 6 to 8 this week, so when it comes to the expansion of your thoughts, you're learning how to think peacefully, and by the end of the week, you'll be more decisive. Now, Saturn is direct in Scorpio. That means when it comes to your mirage, it's time to move forward. It's a new day with Tauruses and Taurus risings when it comes to themselves. You should look in the mirror and treat yourself differently. Right now, at step 5, it means you should think differently about yourself and make sure your thoughts are very clean. It will be direct until March 3rd, 2014, but this week, and in that process, it will get to step 23 in March. That's how far it's going to go. By the way, after the mirage, it moves on to partnerships and marriage. And Pluto in Capricorn has retrograded to 9 degrees. That means you are reconsidering some wisdom, some actions of education, reconsidering travel, reconsidering the rules around what you believe in and why. All right, but step 9 is definitely taking action on those rules. It will be retrograde in Capricorn until September 21st, 2013, and it will retrograde all the way back to step 8. So it's not going to move very far. By the way, it ends the year at step 11 and direct. So that means that you'll be healing your wisdom, healing your beliefs when we begin New Year's Eve on 2014, just so you know. So I don't know if you remember this, but we actually go and always cover the week we just lived in the new horoscopes to kind of catch you up, and we need to anyways. So last week, the real epicenter day was when the sun moved from Cancer into Leo. We had a full moon on the very first day. It was a 0-degree full moon, a real kind of whippersnapper and crack in the energy. That was Tuesday, July 23rd. This last weekend, July 27th, there was breakdown. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday was like a 3-day mash of breakdowns. The breakdowns had to do with whether or not you are emotionally centered. Do you feel good? Are you well rested? Is your home life nice? That's where the breakdowns are right now, Taurus. That's where the universe is saying it is time for you to be a little bit more disciplined and self-loving with your own emotional field. You can't go out there and produce the way you want to produce if you're not feeling good yourself, all right? So moving to this week, it's going to be kind of an intense week and a bit cloudy at the same time. As we start off on Sunday, Mercury rules the day, so we're breaking through. Now notice Jupiter's at step 7 all week. That means you want to listen to your thoughts and feelings for intuitive messages. So really you want to listen more than speak this week, Taurus. Listen to your own self, listen to the people around you, and listen to your gut. Now Neptune is retrograde at 4 degrees. That means you can make ground breakthroughs in your spiritual ability to understand. There's some real potential spiritual miracles, is how I put it in the Act 2 videos, and that's what the potential is for spiritual miracles. But because Neptune is retrograde, you have got to listen to what your intuition is telling you. That starts Sunday. Monday, it's more of a Venus day. Tuesday and both Wednesday are both intuitive days. This is where you might have some profound spiritual breakthrough. The breakthrough will be understanding why you have not had what your heart wants, likely due to feelings and the way you manage feelings and the way you take care of yourself or don't take care of yourself at home, all right? This is also the way you emotionally respond. Are you a Taurus that cracks the whip like Adolf Hitler when you have to work more? Do you make yourself feel bad for not accomplishing things? These are all slavery tactics that you're using or misowning in your mirage to yourself and part of the great transformation that's going on with that star cluster up in the sky. So for you, it is kind of a twisted story of listening to your higher self so that you can actually treat yourself nicer, draw the emotional boundaries where you need to draw them, and once you're drawing them, you begin to feel better and you begin to lose the hemorrhaging that might be going out in your life. What I mean by hemorrhaging is taking care of everyone else in hopes that one day you can take care of yourself. That's tremendous hemorrhaging of energy, and as all the planets say, it's probably because of a strange boundary in the mirage at the end of the day. So Tuesday, Wednesday, you are connecting. Thursday, the skull and crossbones means it's time to decide something will have to go in your home, family, or foundation, or maybe the slave driver inside of you will have to go. Something has to die on Thursday. Cut away from that old so you can create conscious room for the future. What are we creating? Well, if you don't know, a solid castle, emotional home foundation, so you can lay the golden egg of your personal dreams, which begins next month. But it means a self-loving and a nucleus of love and a home of love for Tauruses to go out and manifest what they do. That's the secret ingredient. Now on Tuesday, the 2nd of August, you'll be acting on those decisions. So maybe kicking people out of your home, or deciding to move, or deciding to let the bank take the house because you're tired of playing that game, you're tired of treading water. It's okay, cut, go, and take action. So you don't want to take action or tell anybody what you're doing, probably till Friday at the end of the week. Then on Saturday, we are loving and trusting. That's step 10, holding space that the new home family foundation will be there, the new security will be there. If you're having money problems, this is not about money. This is about you responding to money problems. In other words, your emotional security around money, not money. So for those trying to manifest abundance, you're going to want to get emotionally grounded before you try to draw anything in. That's the whole point. Bulls cannot manifest if bulls are emotionally ungrounded and if they don't have that beautiful castle feeling in their heart at home. So taking a sneak peek at next week, it begins August 4th with a healing day. So if you can just make it to Sunday, August 4th, you're going to find that you are healing. Light cast day is the real turning point. That's Tuesday, August 6th. That will be a Uranus-ruled light cast day, which means some profound spiritual miracles. If you had spiritual miracle ideas this particular week, you might see results on light cast day, or at least begin to manifest that. And Jupiter moves from step 8 to step 9, which means actions and results are going to happen. Super fun stuff. Let's get down to earth and tell you about a couple of things. One, it's my new video. Now, if you want some help with all this emotional attitude, Jupiter in Cancer, I've made a full video that dives into all of it. It's called Jupiter Gets Emotional. It's available on video or MP3 or for your iPhone, and it covers 6 months from now until December of how you can emotionally react and stay on top of this instead of the waves crashing on top of you. Check it out at soulmart.me. If you don't have an Act 2 video, well, good news, they're on sale now for $3.99 and available for immediate download at soulmart.me as well. Serious Joy readings go on till the end of this month. You'll never get me at this low price again this month, folks. And until this year, folks, it's $99.99 for 1 hour. Come down to soulmart.me for those details. Also, if you want me to watch over you by the minute, try the Guardian Agency for just 1 week. It's only $4.95, and these are all available at soulmart.me. Now, the last thing I do want to point out and invite you to is my new Practical Wizardry. This is a guided hangout show that I do on Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Eastern. They are recorded, so if you miss it, no problemo. But come check it out. I'm teaching people how to step into their heart and their magic, and I'm doing it for free. This is basically my Lightcast Bootcamp class that I'm now starting to just release to the public because I'm a good guy. You know I am. All right, that's all I have, Taurus and Taurus Risings. I love you. Thank you for coming back. I'll see you in 1 week. Until then, live, love, be.